It has been an incredibly exciting 24 hours for crypto because President Trump kept his promise about crypto and making America the crypto capital of the world. And he explicitly called out the banks. I have never, ever, ever in my life heard of a president doing this, especially calling out the banks, considering how tight-knit the banks and both political spectrums are. Because let's face it, banks have really helped run America since the beginning. And even before everybody immigrated over here, there was always some form of money. Money has controlled society. And the history of money is actually very interesting, which is why Bitcoin was created. But the fact that President Trump came out and literally called the banks out right after Jamie Morgan, or what the hell is his name? Jamie Dimon said, we just want a level playing field, which they don't. Jamie Dimon came out, you guys watched the video yesterday, came out and said, we want a level playing field. If you want to be a bank, become a bank. But the issue with that statement is you can't just become a bank. A crypto exchange can't just become a bank because there is no law. There is no crypto market structure in place. All right. Crypto exchanges operate a little bit more differently than banks, and that's okay. And if anything, I think crypto exchanges are a lot more compliant. Some of the things that they were talking about was AML, KYC, which you have to do that for a crypto exchange. You guys remember Binance got sued for operating way back in 2019. In addition to that, they're talking about, and then also too, when I talk about transparency, proof of reserves. Proof of reserves. With a crypto exchange, they all have those available after we had the whole FTX debacle that went unchecked by Mr. Gary Gensler and Liz Warren, because they were all buddy-buddy. But crypto exchanges, you can see proof of reserves. With banks, you can't. They're not as transparent. And unfortunately, because all of these laws within the financial system were written 100 years ago, a gazillion years ago, they don't apply to the current state of the financial markets, even when it comes to banks, because everything is electronic now and it's incredibly different than the way that it was. Change happens, and that's fine, but you have to be able to modify existing regulation to match it. So crypto exchanges can't just become banks, okay, honey? It's not that easy because you're making it impossible. Jamie Dimon, his buddies, when I say JP Morgan or Wells Fargo, whoever the hell, we've got some juicy news about Goldman Sachs and Mr. JE. But when we're talking about the whole issue going on right now, we don't have any crypto market structure because of the banks, because the banks don't want to give yield on stablecoins, because they don't want to let you earn on your money. And that's exactly what President Trump said. And you know what? I really think because him and his family, which again, I don't agree with everything they do. And I call people out. You guys that watch the O show, no, I do. I call Trump out. I call the Blue out. I call everybody out because I don't care. But I call them out. And that's exactly what he said. It's exactly what he said in this post from Truth Social. The Genius Act is being threatened and undermined by the banks, and that is unacceptable. We are not going to allow it. The U.S. needs to get market structure done ASAP. Americans, the key piece of information here is Americans should earn more money on their money. He is specifically talking about yield on stablecoins. But Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan and the big old circle jerk, they don't want you to earn on your money, on your idle deposits. They don't want you to because they're very comfortable making bank off of your back and then charging you for it. Banks are we're literally forced to use a bank in America. Banks take our money, they loan it out. The banks are hitting record profits, and we're not going to allow them to undermine our powerful crypto agenda. That will end up going to China and other countries if we don't get the Clarity Act taken care of. The Genius Act was USA's first big step to make the United States the crypto capital of the world. Getting the Clarity Act done is the next step to finish the job, and most importantly, keep this big and powerful industry in our country. Unfortunately, a lot of crypto's gone. They went to Dubai. They went to Southeast Asia. They went to places where they could build safely. Yes, we are seeing some crypto companies trickle back in, but it's nowhere where we need to be. The banks should not be trying to undercut the Genius Act, aka stablecoins, or hold the Clarity Act hostage. They need to make a good deal with the crypto industry because that's what's in best interest of the American people. When he says the American people, to me, that sounds like retail. This industry cannot be taken from the people of America when it is so close to becoming truly successful. Thank you for your attention in this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Those were his exact words on Truth Social. He is directly calling out the banks. And for those of you that are like, oh, we should have had Harris, blah, 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 blah. Unfortunately, that administration would not have been good any way, shape, or form for the future of crypto, unfortunately. We haven't seen any good faith on that. Is Trump perfect? No. Does he do a lot of dumb stuff? Yes. When it comes to crypto, does he still need to keep a couple promises? Yes. When it comes to the Clarity Act? Yes, when it comes to releasing the Samurai Wallet devs and developer protections, yes. But we are so much further than we would have been before. And if you disagree with that, that's fine. That's your business. But I 100% disagree with you because it's wrong. It's just a wrong opinion. Thank you so much to our channel members, everybody that shows up. Thank you so much to Bubba for being here. Lawrence, thank you for the $10 super chat. I am so slammed with content today, and today is my early day with my kid. I don't know how I'm going to get through it. I have the worst flare up this morning. Jeez Louise. Good morning to Mike, to Cherry, to Dale, to Mr. R. Thank you so much to Peacock for the $5 super chat. Shout out to Corvette, to Bubba, Mr. R, to Lawrence, to Gorgeous Alexandra, to Matt XRP, Mr. Legend, Mr. Peacock. I love peacocks. And yeah, let's go ahead and let's keep it going because there's a lot more to cover. I'm tired. I'm going to see how much I could get through today. We've got a lot of stories, but I'll see how much I could get through. Now, this comes from Miss Ellie. A group from Coinbase, including CEO Brian Armstrong, visited the White House today per three people familiar with the matter. I could not confirm whether they met directly with President Trump. Coinbase did not respond to multiple requests for comment. Well, because Mr. Brian Armstrong is keeping his mouth shut, which is good. We absolutely love to see it. So we don't know what was said during the meeting, but we know that he went there to visit and Trump had a massive clapback. Now, Eric Trump came out and said, the big banks, this is the very institutions that have held a monopoly and screwed their customers for years, offering near zero yields on retail money market accounts while crushing low balance accounts with exorbitant fees. He's 100% right. They are now doing everything they can to block the crypto industry from offering real benefits, perks, rewards to platforms. They are the greatest hypocrites in mass panic given how they are losing the digital finance race. And then he tags his project, World Liberty Fi. This is the thing, Mr. Eric Trump. I appreciate what you're saying. I love it. But one of my big problems here is your platform doesn't always work with retail. So if you really care about the people, put your money where your mouth is and revise the accredited investor law because it is predatory, it is disgusting, and it is exactly what you were referring to here. Exactly. And he's right. Everything he said was right. The only thing I disagree with is accredited investors. Now, Mr. Charles H., I agree with the president. The banks amended the bill 137 times. They have to stop messing with it and trying to shut down the industry. Charles is right. Say what you want to say about him and his behavior and whatnot. His behavior is just fine. The guy's got money. The guy is incredibly intelligent, and he's actually advocating for retail, unlike some of your other crypto heroes. He is advocating for retail. You can say what you want to say about Cardano. You can say what you want to say about Midnight. You can say whatever it is you want to say, but you cannot deny or say that he is not advocating for retail because he has been. And if you're retail and you have something negative to say about Cardano and without any type of substance, shut the hell up. Really. Honestly, because it's rude. It's really, really rude. Y'all are biting the hand that feeds you for internet cool points. Be thankful you have somebody advocating for you because you sure as hell ain't doing it yourself. How many letters have you wrote to your public servants? How much have you donated towards lobbying efforts? Are you even helping your local communities? Or are you just whining on the internet like a big P word? Probably that. So it's nice to see being advocated. It's nice to feel this way. Now, TD Cowen says banks likely to lose stablecoin yield fight, but prolonged dispute could put crypto bill at risk. 100%. 100% they're right. Basically, crypto firms may still find a way to structure yield offers despite the rules. We'll see. Regulatory uncertainty exists because the OCC could change guidance after public comments or the bill passes. I told you guys. I put the link in the live stream. I says, leave a public comment. Tell the OCC you want yield on stablecoins. Tell them what your demands are. You people are paying tax dollars to not only keep these organizations afloat, but to pay salaries. And you're paying public servant salaries with your taxpayer dollars. Like, what the hell are we doing? Y'all just going to sit around and wait for everybody else to do it for you? Is that how you were brought up? I wasn't brought up that way. I was brought up that you not only work super hard for what you want, but you advocate for yourself and you just don't sit around. You take initiative. You need to take initiative. And even if you're somebody that doesn't have kids, the people that are going to be making rules for you and advocating for you in the future when you're in diapers again, they deserve better. This is more than just about you. This is about future generations and the future of America. Or you can just sit on the internet. I don't care. Because I got my P's and Q's and I's and T's crossed and checked, and my kid's going to be taken care of, and so is my nephew. But they're 100% right. And also, too, because we're in midterms, things can get a little bit frisky over here. Now, ECB study warns stablecoins can shrink bank deposits and alter monetary policy transition. We talked about this before. No, that's not how that works. Okay. Yeah. So what will happen eventually? This is what's going to end up happening. They're going to use this as a BS excuse now. And then what they will do is everything is going to be a CBDC. We only have CBDC protections until 2031 because these people want to go and push it through the housing bill because 1 + 1 = 69. With that being said, everything will be digital. So it's not, will it lessen cash deposits in the short term? Possibly. I really don't think it will because most Americans don't care about crypto. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to bridge. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. It doesn't even matter if you're offering 6%. Hell, I can't even get a meeting with my bank account, with my bank to set up a damn CD with my deposits and earn that whatever. It's like next to impossible. We don't have time for that. It's going to take a long time for deposits to diminish, but by the time deposits diminish, we're going to have that CBDC and everything's going to be digital. And yes, CBDC is coming. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch yesterday's show. Go look in the housing bill. I don't care. You should always be fact checking me anyways. Now, Mr. Patrick Witt. White House Crypto Council executive fired back at JP Morgan saying stablecoin issuers aren't banks because they can't lend out your money. I says, so basically the banking system is a legal Ponzi scheme Americans are forced to use and we have no other option. I mean, technically, the way DeFi works is you take deposits and you put them in the DeFi pool, but it's completely different than what the bank does. It's very, very different because you're loaning it out to multiple entities. It's not transparent. You can't track it. It's completely different. So let the boys fight. I don't have time. I don't have patience for the boys. Let's go and take a look at what's going on with the market, though. We got some Ripple news. Everything is up. ZEC is up. Dodge is up. SPX is up. Everything is up. Absolutely gorgeous. Is it up because of President Trump? Possibly. Now, Bitcoin is at $73,000, which I just saw, which I love that. I love that. We had a beautiful green candle. And yes, that is because of President Trump, 100%. And the post that he made. Good. I'm glad. It's nice. So the local bottom seems to be around 65,000. Again, I'm still somebody that thinks that 55,000 could potentially be possible if we, because we haven't really traded underneath the EMA 200. But if you guys want to trade with me, we are currently trading with iTrust Capital. We're giving away $100 per account that is funded. You could trade precious metals. You could trade crypto. You can merge your accounts over, staking, all kinds of stuff. Up to you. Do your due diligence. Also, with that being said, Ethereum is at almost 2,200. These are all beautiful candles. Wow. I love it. XRP, everything's up. pretty much everybody's teetering on the EMA, on the EMA 200 weekly, which we love to see it. So let's get into some Ripple news and all kinds of stuff. So Ripple extends payments platform into end-to-end stablecoin infrastructure as process volume tops $100 billion. Absolutely love to see it. So again, Ripple is going to be focusing on partnerships or integrations and not acquisitions. All right. Also, with that being said, businesses can now collect, hold, and convert, payout in fiat and stablecoins in one place. The upgrade comes from Ripple's 2 acquisitions. These are Palisade and Rail. Ripple is positioning itself as a single provider for cross-border payments, and the platform just processed over 100 billion in volume. The next story over here, Mr. Joe Katz on Hidden Road. So there's a rumor going on over here. It's about DTCC. So let's talk about it. So Hidden Road officially went live on the NSCC directory on March 2nd. Ripple Prime is helping bridge TradFi and DeFi, which could shift post-trade volume into XRPL. Swartz commented on the official launch and says seems important. No additional public details or official links are currently available. So he can't comment on it. He says, I was hoping to find something public, but I couldn't. So there's a lot of speculation happening. But if you read in between the lines, you can see what's going on. Now, Doppler Finance partners with Hex Trust to expand WXRP and multi-chain XRP cases. What does this mean? Let's talk about it. My power is low today. So this is an institutional grade, not retail. It's not for you, honey. It's institutional. Institutional grade custody and yield infrastructure for wrapped XRP, which is integrated in a Doppler's rewards architect across multiple chains. Hex Trust provides regulated custody and operational robustness, and the goal is to expand XRP liquidity, enable multi-chain XRP products, and focus on institutional-ready, transparent, risk-managed XRP ecosystem. Now, another post came out today from the digital asset, the digital asset investor. Like them over there. But let's go ahead and listen to it because it looks like there was a little XRP mention over here. So let's play this for the XRP army because I know you guys enjoy these types of things. So let's go ahead and see.
How do we make money on this? What do we buy?
Okay, so what you're going to be buying right now are organizations like Ethereum. You're going to be buying XRP, Ripple. By the way, pay attention to the fact that they have integrated into banks. And so follow where the big money's going. As we're looking at AI, I mean, any of the big AI players are going to be around, right? It's just how do we actually get them integrated and what are the contracts that they're ultimately getting? And so I think that Microsoft is going to do pretty well in that space because they've got all the desktop items and everything else. Apple's going to continue to perform, especially if they can get a wallet and we can get more integration into the banking system. So I think that you're going to see variations of this move forward here into 2026 and into 2027. I think everyone's expecting a slightly different financial system coming. And so the answer to that is it's going to be stablecoins, it's going to be cross-border transfers, it's going to be more efficient ways of doing things. And so a lot of these companies are not necessarily money, like Ethereum isn't money, it's the actual functionality of real-world integration and how it makes your life easier.
Right, the chain of point A, point B, I don't know, the communications story.
Absolutely.
So whether some companies survive and some don't, that's not the story for Ethereum. It's getting everything across in that communication. Notable non-mention, you mentioned XRP, you mentioned Ethereum, notable non-mention was Bitcoin.
Well, okay, so here's the deal. I'd love to own Bitcoin, okay? I believe in Bitcoin, but if I'm looking at where the greatest upside is, Bitcoin at 167 versus Ethereum at 135 right now, I'm buying Ethereum, or XRP.
Wait,
XRP is at 145.
Bitcoin's at 67,000. Is that what you meant? Okay.
And XRP is at 145. And so the point is there's much higher upside, in my opinion, in the short term for Ripple as the integration gets out there. I think that Bitcoin could go down.
So basically what they're saying here is something we've been like screaming at you on this channel for a while. AI, DeFi, RWAs. AI is going to completely encompass everything. Just, you know how Chainlink is like in the middle of everything, up in everybody's business? The Italian Nona? That's exactly how AI will be. All right. And AI needs microtransactions, and crypto is perfect for it. Now we can sit all day long and argue, is it going to be Ethereum? Is it going to be XRP? Is it going to be Solana? It's going to be all of them. It's going to be all of them. But from an investor standpoint, if you're looking at profitability in the long term, most investors will look at the price. XRP under $2, Ethereum under $3,000, Solana under $100, Bitcoin at $73,000. I was doing I was on set for a pilot of a show crypto show back in 2018-ish, I believe. And, you know, the makeup artist was talking to me about, you know, crypto, like whatever. And I was like, do you hold some? She's like, yeah, I own Litecoin. I was like, why Litecoin? She's all, because it was the most affordable out of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and out of the three. Because at that time, that's all that was listed on Coinbase. Okay. So the general public likes XRP because it's affordable. The general public likes Solana because it's affordable. They like projects that are affordable. But that doesn't mean that the more expensive ones won't be integrated as well. Because the way that I envision it, there's going to be AI. There's going to be crypto AI ecosystems. And that's how it'll work. That's just my opinion, though. But this is a wonderful clip. Absolutely wonderful. Now, more over here. Morgan Stanley. They tap Coinbase and BNY for custody and proposed Bitcoin ETF. And this is the thing. Coinbase has got its hands in everybody. But Morgan Stanley is another one. They applied for a banking license earlier this week. And crypto spot ETFs, Bitcoin and Ethereum, I believe. This one is a big one. Indiana governor signs bill allowing Bitcoin in state retirement plans. Absolutely love it. It should be. And again, President Trump and everybody else, they want to see, they want Bitcoin or they want crypto 401ks. They want to allow you to use your 401ks to invest in whatever you want, which we love. Now, this over here, this is Matt H. from Bitwise, and he's talking about adding Bitcoin to a 60-40 portfolio, increased, blah, 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 blah. And I think so. I think Bitcoin is a great play to have. Now, since we're talking about AI, I want to talk a little bit about Binance and their AI agents and different things that they have. And one of the things I like about Binance is their page on X is that they post things that are pretty helpful that remind you to do things with OPSEC and whatnot, and they break it down easy. Like when people ask me, they're like, Wendy, where should I start first? I used to always just say Investopedia, but now I say Investopedia and Binance blogs because you can access them anywhere in the world. And they're incredibly specific to different topics that might be of interest to you, just like Investopedia, and they're both free. And let's say, for example, you go to Investopedia, you're like, oh, that's not for me, but you go to Binance, you're like, oh, I understand this a little bit better. The verbiage might be different. So I think that it's good to have different resources to use. So I absolutely love it. But as far as what they're saying here is that Binance launched its first batch of AI agent skills. The tools let AI agents access real-time market data. Agents can analyze tokens and wallet activity, and AI can help execute trades using Binance infrastructure. The goal is to give agents built-in crypto trading capabilities. I don't care what you say. Like we just talked about AI and the integration and whatnot. You heard the news clip about XRP. AI is going to be great for trading strategies. It's going to help people significantly. And on top of it, there's going to be different ecosystems. Binance is going to have, because it's one of the largest crypto exchanges in the world, or it is, and like Coinbase too, each exchange is going to have their own little AI ecosystem. Coinbase is going to have Base, Binance will have BNB. So you can have agents that are, and again, Binance has got the US, so you have to whatever, but you're going to be able to operate in these little ecosystems with these coins. Pretty cool stuff. Man. Kraken, big shout out to Kraken. I love them. They become the first crypto firm to win access to Fed's core payment system. This one's a doozy. It's a master account. It's the first crypto firm on same payment rails as traditional banks, and it gives direct access to Fed payment system for settlements. And this is part of their push towards the IPO. And of course, Senator Cynthia Lummis had great things to say about it. I'm happy for them. I posted this about them. Also, I want to bring in I'm not going to talk about this because my channel is getting dinged, but that's okay. You guys can read that for yourself about oil and all kinds of stuff. This, though, Treasury Secretary Bessent signals tariffs may rise from 10% to 15% as early as this week with a 150-day authorization window. The reason why we're bringing this up, because this will impact markets. Why will this impact markets? It's going to impact markets because when tariffs hit, things go haywire, things go up in price, everybody's fighting, markets get volatile. So do what you want to do with this information. I'm over the damn tariffs. I told you guys, I buy most of my designer goods used. I like nice bags. That's just one of the, I buy most of my stuff used, okay? I go to the thrift store. This sweater from the thrift store. These pants from the thrift store. This outfit probably cost a total of $15. $15, okay? I like my Gucci bags. I like my Balenciaga bags. I like my Fendi. I like my real leather bags. I go to, if I can't, I generally do lots of online shopping. Hold up, I'm cooking here. So right now, and if you go, like Japan has very strict rules when it comes to use designer goods, like for authenticity. Like you get in severe trouble if you sell fake. So what you do is you go and you search Japanese eBay stores, and they've got wonderful used designer bags. Well, I have one that I think I paid like $300 for that I got on eBay with shipping and everything like a year ago. Love it. Like you can't even get a nice leather bag in America anymore for that price. Like you can't even get a Coach one anymore. Anyways, there's another one I want. I think it's priced at like $360, but because of the tariffs, the shipping and everything is like, it's like $150 because of the damn tariffs. That sucks. Okay. So it makes things more expensive. So I don't like it. And of course I can't spend the money on the bag. I know I'm a brat. I deserve it. I deserve it. All right. I got to bring this up to you. Two other things, and we're going to go. Then I literally have 8 content pieces to film, and I don't know how the F I'm going to do it because I'm tired. Oh, shout out to Mixing. He's in the chat. I am so happy that I have I'm so happy that the people that like don't bring that like, this is the thing. Conspiracy theorists, yeah. I like to think about things too, but some of you guys are just so some of you guys lack critical thinking skills, and some of the stuff you guys are reaching way too far, like way, way, way too far with stuff. Way, way, way too far. That's just what you guys do. That's poverty mindset. We don't do that here. It's okay to think outside the box, but when you leave stupid comments, it tells me how stupid you are. So let's not be stupid, please. Like, if you want to talk about conspiracy theories, let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. This Goldman Sachs top lawyer to step down following latest Epstein documents. Oh, wonderful. And it's a woman too. Shows she was close ally of Epstein through 2019 arrest. So if you're somebody that's a conspiracy theorist and you like to about everything, stop using the traditional banking system. Stop using JP Morgan. Stop using cash, because you do not know where that cash has been. You don't know who is facilitating the transactions, and they are all linked together. So let's keep it very consistent here, okay? Let's keep it very, very, very consistent. I'll play fair when it comes to conspiracy theories. I listen to them. I pay attention to them. I take them into context, but I don't say stupid things on the internet unless I have like super proof. But why don't we go ahead and Goldman Sachs, right? No, I don't know. Who knows? We're just here. But yeah, that happened. But again, all these people that have bad things to say about Bitcoin and crypto, the banks, these are the types of people they like to surround themselves with. Now, I just wanted to talk about this for a second. Bernie Sanders and the billionaire tax. 5% billionaire wealth tax will raise $4.4 trillion, $3,000 to everyone in a household making $150,000 or less. That's not fair. So if I make $150,001, I don't get a $3,000 grift check. What the hell am I going to buy with $3,000? Build 7 million homes and apartments? No, you're going to build apartments. You're not going to build homes. And we don't really have a housing shortage. We have an affordability shortage. Enact $60,000 minimum teacher salary. I don't have an issue with that. That I don't have an issue with. Expand Medicare and dental, vision, and hearing. I have an issue with that because I pay out of pocket for my health insurance and I can't even get quality care. I told you guys I filed another grievance on my daughter's behalf this morning. Okay. So we can't give the people that are currently paying for insurance, that are funding Medi-Cal and Medicaid insurance, like we can't even give them patient care. I am not about to fund more. Okay. Balance your budget. And this is the thing. People are going to get pissed off at me, but I'm going to say it. I don't care. I do not support raising any more taxes. I don't. Because what you're going to do, you act like the billionaires are stupid. You act like they can't afford to hire the best CPAs and the best attorneys globally. So what are they going to do? They're going to do the same grift a lot of Californians do. They are going to have a primary residence for 6 months and 1 day outside of California to file their taxes. And they will stay there. And then they'll be in California the rest of the time. So they avoid paying those taxes. And that's exactly what the billionaires are going to do. They're going to take jobs. They're going to take their current tax revenue, which, yes, they do pay. Do they pay their fair share? We could debate that all day long, but they do pay. They'll take it overseas. So you're going to get left with even less. So then the way that they word these bills, then it's going to go to the millionaires. And then it's going to go down to the people that are making $500,000 or $250,000, which if you live in a bit bustling area like me, LA County, $250,000 is like, it's kind of a necessity to live here. If you want to own a home, if you want to have a decent quality of life. Average rent in LA County, even if you are in the hood, is like $1,800, even for a studio. And if you don't believe me, go look, because I'm trying to help my sister find a place right now. And she lives in the hood. For a studio and 1 bedroom, it is $1,800, and then it is a complete crap hole. So yes, let's keep taxing people without a balanced budget, without a plan, without paying our debts, and keep spending. That's a wonderful idea. Wonderful idea. You know who this hurts? Upper, middle, and lower class. Middle class, upper, middle, like all 3 categories in the middle class, and it will destroy the middle class. That's exactly what it does. And I'm not defending rich people. I don't care. All I'm asking is we have an issue. Let's fix that issue before we add more to it. So like California, we have an insane amount of homeless people. We have so much fraud that's being committed. We have so many issues here, financial issues, that we have some of the highest tax rates in the country. But they want to keep taxing and taxing and taxing and taxing. But they don't have a plan to what to do with that money. So I am no more raising taxes. Show me a business plan of where these taxes are going to go and how you're going to pay back that and where this money is going to this organization, blah, blah, blah. That's why I like Doge so much, regardless of party lines. And then we can talk about raising the tax. Then you want to raise tax to billionaires? Cool. I don't want a $3,000 grift check. I don't even want a $2,000 stimulus check. I know some people really need it, and I hope that you get it. I'm not saying that at all. I just don't want it. It's a one-time payment of hush money. And again, when they were like back in the 80s, there was not a lot of people making $100,000. If you were making $100,000 in the 80s, you were rich. But now $100,000 is pretty close to poverty levels in LA County. You see how that works with inflation and everything? And becoming a millionaire was very hard in the 80s, even the 90s, but it is a lot easier now because of inflation. So again, if we're going to raise taxes, I need to know exactly why. And I need to know what you are going to do to balance the budget. I want to know what cuts and concessions you have made, because in my household, when I need something, again, I haven't bought my Gucci bag, and I'm not going to, because now is not the time. Things are a little bit expensive right now. But if I have to make concessions and I have to buy the generic hot dog buns for my kid, or say, you know what, we're not going to do hot dog buns this week, we're just going to do bread wrap with the hot dogs. We do hot dogs on the weekends. Then I'm not okay with raising taxes. If I have to make concessions in my house, you need to make concessions with my taxpayer dollars. And this goes for both Democrats and Republicans. We're going to keep it very consistent here. And on that note, I am out because I've got 8 pieces of content to film and I am tired. Today is an early day. I am agitated. Also, I hope some of you sent warm wishes for Lo, because she did cheer tryouts yesterday for 2 hours. And my dumb self thought, because her school, they change things sometimes in the newsletter. I should have double checked, but I didn't. My fault. I sent her to school in her cowboy boots because that's what she wanted to wear. It's becoming like a drama with the clothing, okay? So at this point, I'm just like, you know what? You're dressed appropriate. Go. Get out of here. Go, go, go. Because my kid's not a morning person. But I thought that the cheer tryouts were during chapel time or during the lunch break. But they weren't. They were for 2 hours after school. So, of course, my dumb self sends my kid to school in her cowboy boots. And she did her cheer tryouts, and we find out today. So if you haven't sent her a little warm wish, please do. She's 9 years old. She's a very talented dancer and gymnast. And I'm going to leave you with something. Parents are going to relate to this. One of the problems we have in our society is that we tell our kids we're trophy. We're people. Everybody gets a trophy. Not my kid. Mom, and all last week, Mommy, I'm nervous. Mama, I'm nervous. Mom, I'm nervous. That's okay. And I says, baby, I says, it's okay to be nervous about something. It's okay. I says, but one thing, she's I never did cheer before, but I want to do it. I says, I support you. I says, let me tell you something. I says, you are unique and special in your own way. Everybody's got different gifts. I says, one gift you have rhythm, you can dance, and you're very good at gymnastics. And one thing that you're able to do is you're able to watch something. And she was able to do this ever since she was little. She's able to watch something and mimic it really well, whether it be a dance or whether it be like playing guitar or whatever. So I says, because you've practiced these skills, you're going to be able to apply those to cheer. And I says, I think you're going to do well because you already have the foundation. But if you don't make it, we can cry, we can be upset, we can have our feelings hurt, but we can also use this as a learning experience to figure out what we need to do to try out next year and work harder. And if we need to take classes for it, we will. And she says, okay, I'm confident. And I think it's important to have conversations like this with our peers and with our kids about the reality of the world. And adapting and overcoming. And it's okay if you don't make it. It's okay if you don't get the job. It's okay if you don't execute the trade. What it is, every single thing that happens in life is a learning experience, and we're able to take something to learn from it. And on that note, I'm out. I will catch you guys later. Thank you so much for all the super chats and the support. And I watch the video at 2 p.m. BT. Bye, babies.